Hi, Joyce here. Today I want to talk about setting boundaries in your mentor-mentee relationship. Very, very important that you define the boundaries clearly, because these relationships can, creep. If you're in software or, if you do any kind of project management and you have your scope creep, that can happen to a mentor-mentee relationship. And it's not healthy for either party, and it's not maybe the amount of time or effort that you wanted to commit. So set boundaries. Meet them where they're at. And you take responsibility for setting the expectations for those boundaries. Talk about how you want to communicate. Do you want to meet in person? Do you want email? Do you want them to be able to email you or call you at all times of day or night? I wouldn't want, personally, that's not what I wanted in a mentor relationship. They're not my child. They're not part of my team. This is something that I actually, time boxed a lot more than some of my other ongoing type relationships. I want to be there, but I don't want them to take advantage. And then for the most part, only answer the questions that they're asking. Now, there's an exception to that that we'll get to in a sec. But meet them where they're at and just answer their questions. Only put effort into the things that they're interested in. Again, I've wasted a lot of time and effort trying to do something for someone and they weren't even ready for it and they never used it, and it was just a waste of my time. So in order to keep the relationship healthy and productive, just handle what they put on the table. Now, having said that, sometimes they bring things on the table and don't realize that it's part of something bigger. And of course, in that case, giving them that broader perspective was really, really important. Now, finally, boundaries. Watch for patterns. Are they coming back over and over and over and asking the same questions and giving you the same situation? If you look at the archetypes, one of the defenses is called poor me. And basically it's like, poor me, this always happens, and I'm this victim. And, personally, that's not the kind of mentor-mentee relationship I want. I want one where I'm empowering them to take action, to go forward, to break through these barriers that are roadblocks in their career. And so if I see anything that's repetitious or they're coming back with the same thing over and over and over and they're not taking my advice, then, now they don't have to take all my advice, but they're not taking any of my advice, then I'm just wasting my time. And then I start to pull back. So again, the boundaries are created by how the relationship is working. So if I'm working with a mentee who is taking the advice and, they're busting through doors and they're really expanding their career, I want to invest more in that. That's why I'm doing this, to help someone else, to empower someone else. But if I'm finding that it's just the same thing over and over, I really do pull the boundaries in. And in one of the other videos I mentioned, be candid. I'll be like, this might be the third or fourth time you brought this. Why don't you refer back to your notes? Or did you try any of the other things? And maybe by asking questions, you can be candid that way. So setting boundaries. In order to have a healthy, long-term mentor relationship, set good boundaries. Make sure they're clear. Make sure they're communicated. And then you're going to feel comfortable inside those boundaries, as will your mentee. And it makes for a much more long-lasting relationship.